Hello, my loves. I had a recent request from a Patreon peep to do a video offering a spread on how to get and receive messages from those in your life who have passed over, from family members, friends, beloveds who have died. And I was really called to this request. It's been an interesting month as far as client readings go and client work around connecting in with our beloved dead and ancestors. And so I felt that it would be appropriate to craft a spread to work with. For those of you who would like to receive messages from your loved ones who have passed over and want to be able to understand those messages clearly. So let's talk about what to expect from this spread. It's not going to be a prove it to me type of spread. You are going to want to have someone who has passed over or an ancestor in mind that you want to connect with. You're going to work a little ritual in order to ensure that you're connected with that energy. And you're going to trust that the spread is giving you clarity, insight, and building a language with the individual who's passed over in order for you to communicate from time to time when you feel called to work with these type of spreads or your cards in order to receive information and guidance from those who have passed. I do want you to have in mind the individual that you would like to connect with. So this isn't the type of spread that it's a who's out there, who can I get a message from? This is going to be when you have an individual who's passed over in mind to work this spread with. I'm going to encourage you to work with an oracle deck for this. You can work with tarot if you would like to, but I do find that when we move into the etheric realm beyond the veil, oracle decks are profound for really helping us to get those kind of big picture messages. So I've crafted this spread with an oracle deck for you to use in mind. I would encourage you to approach this spread not rushed. So give yourself some time for reflection before you even step into the working here that comes before the spread, to sit with not only who is coming through, but an oracle deck that you find really resonates with that individual's personality. So an example of this would be, I find that the Coastal Curiosities Oracle is very indicative of my great-grandmother. And so if I wanted to be connecting and communicating with her in my card work, I would pull the Coastal Curiosities out of my collection and allow that to be the main deck that I'm working with to receive the messages from her. So you want to sit with, for the individual who's passed, what was it like being connected with them when they were physically here? How did they feel, smell? What kind of artwork did they like? Or maybe there was a certain type of music they enjoyed that a specific deck reminds you of. Allow yourself to pull that deck from your collection and let that be the oracle deck that you work with. This isn't the time for me to say that here's the one oracle deck you should work with. You want it to be resonant of that individual's essence, though in the way in which you experienced and felt their energy when they were physically incarnated on this planet with you. Then you want to step into a space where you do work a little ritual. Now, why am I recommending this? It really allows you to step out of, daily roles and responsibilities and be in a different space where you can be more open to receiving and understanding the messages of the individual, who's coming through when that you wish to connect with. It also allows you to exhale enough to feel for the connection with the individual who's passed over. So you're not rushing into a card spread and rushing back out and wondering if you got the messages. By giving yourself some time to engage in ritual before you do your card spread, you're really allowing yourself to step into a sacred space and to open to receive. So you're going to need an oracle deck for this. You'll probably want a journal and a pen, or however you choose to record and document your card work. I really encourage documenting this spread because it's going to help you with a few things here. It's going to help you understand the language you're developing with the individual who's passed through the messages and the symbols that stick out in the card work. It's going to help you build a relationship with your oracle deck because you are documenting how you connect with it intuitively. And it's also going to help you build trust with your intuitive voice so that you can understand when you're receiving a message and build trust around allowing that message to be what it is. Not, second guessing and getting too in your head and overthinking. But documenting this type of work really helps you to build that intuitive self-trust. So I do encourage documenting it, and you will find over time, if you come back to this spread and work with it, and the individual who's passed, that you're really going to see the language that you're building from a space of spirit communication. So it's pretty cool, and being able to document it and remember it is something that I think is invaluable. So I do encourage you to have a journal and pen. Now, you're also going to want to have a candle and a means to light that candle, and something that represents the individual's energy for you. Now, this could be a photo, an item that they gifted you, or it could be something that's representative of their energy. So for instance, if I wanted to be connecting with my great-grandmother here, I don't have a physical photo of her, but I always associate ginger snaps with her, as well as that kind of pink, like a faded pink color. So I would be working with those colors. I would have ginger snaps out in my altar space, and I would light that candle, connecting in with that energy. So these symbols and tools allow us to build the connection and to build trust in the connection in the physical. So you want to gather those items, know who you're connecting with, set those items out on an altar, or even just a space where you can really be present and sit in front of that space for your card spread. And then you want to light that candle with the intention of connecting in energetically with them through this, through the altar work, the lit candle, and then the card work you're about to engage in. So after you light that candle, really set the intention that you're connecting with this person's energy. And I always like to affirm out loud that there isn't any other energy welcome into this exchange. It's just that specific spirit or being and myself that are engaging in dialogue. It just helps to clear things up energetically. And again, it also helps you because you've set the intention not to doubt the messages that come through. Now, before you begin the card spread itself, the other thing that I do want to mention here is pay very close attention to numbers, symbols, and aspects of the artwork that you're drawn to within the card that you pull for each of the spread positions. Not only the guidebook meaning of the card, right? But what's sticking out to you intuitively, because this is a way in which your beloved dead is attempting to give you personal messages. Okay, so pay attention to what sticks out to you in the cards, make a note of that, reflect and meditate on those symbols or what stuck out to you. You can even ask, why is this sticking out to me? And then draw a card off of that and see what comes through for messaging. So after you've lit your candle, connected in with the energy of the person that's passed, you're going to do a 7-card oracle spread. You can lay those cards out however you would like. In a linear line, in a circular shape, in a triangle, whatever floats your boat. You can lay these cards out however you would like to. But you're going to draw those 7 cards and then flip them over and really sit and reflect and do some journaling, as well as referencing your guidebook if you need to, for each of these card positions. Then I want you to sit with the spread as a whole and see what sticks out to you as far as symbols, artwork, numbers, keywords from the cards themselves. Incidentally, if you are stuck on a deck to work with and you don't know, the Death Doula Oracle is a wonderful option because it does hold that realm of being beyond the veil. But I really encourage you to choose a deck that's based on the energy and essence of the person that you're connecting with, okay? So, card position number 1 here. Why have I been feeling your energy / missing you so much at this time? So you're asking for some insight from them. How come I've been feeling you, or why am I missing you so much right now? It's allowing you to establish the connection and get some clarity about why they're attempting to connect with you as well. Now, cards 2 and 3 are read together, okay? And this answers the question of, what message do you have for me? Card position number 4. What sign or symbol are you sharing with me? Now, again, especially with this card, you really want to notice the number, keyword, and anything in the imagery that sticks out to you, because that will be part of that sign and symbol that they're sharing with you. And it could also be an affirmation of, like, let's say you've been seeing a particular animal every time you step outside of your house or through the window while you're working. There may be something in the card that's an affirmation that that animal or bird or, you know, insect that you keep seeing is a way in which they're giving you a sign. Then card position number 5. What wisdom do you have for me about my life journey right now? So in 2 and 3, we received their general message for us. In card position number 5, you're getting clarity on what they want to tell you about your current story and experience. Okay, so they might have some very brass tacks, physical insight or guidance into that for you with this card pull. Card position number 6. This is coming from your perspective to them. Okay, and I'm calling this card position what my heart wishes to say to your heart. And then card position number 7 is your response to my heart's expression. So card number 6 is you expressing your heart to the person that's passed over. Card position number 7 is their heart's expression's response to what you've shared with them in card position number 6. These 2 card positions are very important from my perspective as the creator of the spread, because there's a reason why you're both wanting to communicate. This allows you to be clear about what your heart wants to say and why you've been feeling this energy from the perspective of what you want to offer. And it allows them to respond directly to you. So if anything is felt ambiguous earlier in the spread, we're really anchoring into the heart of the matter in the relationship and in the current communication in that right now. All the card positions are listed in the description box down below. As always, I just ask, if you share the spread on social media, that you credit me for crafting and creating it. But I hope for my viewer who is looking for some insight in how to communicate clearly with their beloved dead, and for any of you that are drawn to work with this card spread, I hope you find this helpful in your grieving and healing process, but also in continuing to establish communication in new ways with those who are no longer physically with you. I would like to add as an aside here, you can also use this spread to communicate with a pet that has passed over. Doesn't need to only be humans who have passed over. It can be pets that have passed over as well. I often find that our pets who have passed over have some very healing messages for us at very specific points in our journey. So please feel free to use this for a pet that's passed over as well. Please know I am sending you oceans of love, and I will, of course, as always, see you in the next video. Take care.